Welcome to Setting the Table, the chefs of Best Fest. I'm Cameron Logsdon, and today I'm sitting down with Chef Abraham Vidaurre of Cattle Call. From a small town in Nebraska of only 600 people to working at the top restaurants in Omaha, Chef Abraham brings his passion, enthusiasm, and wide skill set to every dish he creates with one main goal in mind. It has to be delicious. Well, hey, Chef, welcome, and thank you so much for sitting down with us today and talking about Best Fest. We're so excited to get in and just kind of hear your story and more about the things that you've been doing here.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. This is amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, for our listeners, if you could just start by just introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about where you grew up.
My name is Abraham Vidaurre. I am the executive chef at Cattle Call Bar and Restaurant. I'm not originally from Omaha. I grew up in Elmwood, Nebraska. Small, very small village of about 600 people. So right after high school, I jumped ship. I went straight to Metro.
Okay.
Studied there. Lovely chefs, lovely program, and I haven't looked back since. I've been cooking.
Elmwood is 600 people. What was it like growing up there?
It was quaint. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone's in everyone's business.
Yeah.
The big highlight every weekend is like going to see the local high school football team play. I was in the pep band. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much the vibe. Just good people, but quiet.
Yeah. Okay. So then you came here, but I'm wondering, you're in Elmwood. There's 600 people. It was about the amount of people that we keep at Elmwood Park, really, these days. What was it? I mean, what were you eating in your house growing up? I mean, what kind of foods did you grow up on?
I grew up with my grandparents and my mother, and so while my mom was out working, my grandparents would do primarily most of the cooking. So lots of meals with them, just like Midwest staples like meatloaf, chicken fried steak. My grandmother, she's from the South originally, so there's a little bit of influence in that. But like overall, like the kind of food you would expect to eat at like a church banquet.
Okay. Okay. It's
Yeah,
good before and after the football game food. All right.
yeah.
So then when you were growing up, were you doing a lot of cooking too alongside grandma, or was it just something like how did you find an interest knowing that, I mean, it sounds like you went straight into culinary school. What was it that sent you that direction?
I mean, from an early age, I had definitely always had an interest. I have distinct memories of making cinnamon rolls with my grandmother every holiday season. So for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, we would spend the whole day just making cinnamon rolls, just barely reaching the counter, trying to get my hands dirty. And then like going into high school, I sort of I had a little more interest. I started well, I needed a job.
Yeah.
There's not a lot going on in Elmwood as we've established, so I went to the Bar and Grill, the only restaurant in the city or in the village, asking for a job, and that's really where I fell in love with food service and food, and I started doing deep dives, reading books, started asking like, "Hey mom, can you buy me ingredients?" And like it all just sort of snowballed
Yeah.
from there.
And a lot of this, I mean, it sounds like maybe you started in the kitchen with grandma making cinnamon rolls and those kinds of things. You started experimenting.
Yeah.
Uh, do you remember when, I mean, do you feel like there's a relationship between you and the food just as well? I mean, being around your family and cooking and then figuring out that that's a passion for you, I have to imagine that there's some sort of deeper connection you felt to the food.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as sort of two aspects. There is the nostalgia, the connection with my family, but sort of like getting into the scene, I fell in love with it. We didn't eat a lot out growing up. We mostly ate at home. So to get into this space in Omaha, and I'm trying food, I'm discovering all these new cuisines and these new styles of service. I really fell in love with that. I would definitely consider myself like a food nerd.
Yeah.
Like I'm in it. I read books. All my social media is just food, food, food. Like
Just
yeah,
you just totally immerse yourself in the
yeah.
world. Do you feel like, I mean, were you getting extra training from the people in Elmwood? Were you learning online? Like, what was the thing that you felt like really opened your world up a little bit? What were some first experiences or some things flavors you tasted? Or was there
Yeah.
something that really kind of blew your world up and were like, oh, this is where it's at?
I think when I when I moved to Omaha, I got a job at Block 16 just around the corner from Cattle Call, and that sort of changed my whole perspective. Uh, I mean, I've cooked in restaurants before that, but that was like, it was faster. The food was tastier than I've ever had before. The people there are intense and passionate, and that's sort of where I knew like this was different. Like Omaha is different than the other restaurants I've worked in.
So, a lot of times you hear chefs talk about, you know, the speed, and sometimes you're kind of the turn and burn ticket type situations. But it sounds like you were in a situation where it was getting faster, but the quality was also, I mean, you're at Block 16, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a great restaurant. Uh, was it a difficult transition? Was it hard to go from kind of that small local kitchen to the city? It sounds like you liked it, but it had to be challenging.
Yeah, it was definitely a culture shock. I mean, I remember spending like 20 minutes trying to find parking because I had never been in downtown Omaha. Um, just yeah, like it was overwhelming, but that's why I liked it so much. These people were sort of on a different level than what I've experienced before.
Do you feel like you took any lessons away that you still carry with you now, just about, what this kind of work demands?
I mean, definitely. I mean, I feel like every mentor I've had, every restaurant I've worked in, I take a little piece with me, and I feel like here at Cattle Call, that's sort of reflected. But yeah, Block 16, I learned how to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
That was my real introduction to the Omaha food scene. I spent a lot good time at Mertz as well. That's where I fell in love with fine dining
Okay.
and that sort of upscale cuisine, all these new ingredients. Um, from there, I really haven't looked back. I've been sort of in that upscale fine dining space ever since.
You've been in a lot of, I mean, really cool kitchens,
Yeah.
but you don't look, I mean, you don't look very old at all. I mean, you're still really young, and it seems like you've already got all of this experience, and now you're in this leadership role here at Cattle Call. What does it feel like to be doing that? What has to seem like, I mean, maybe you feel like you've been doing this forever, but I mean, you still got a lot of runway ahead of you, especially compared to a lot of other chefs. What's it like being in a leadership role at a young age?
I think it's a lot. Like it's definitely like it's humbling. I know I have a lot, like you said, I have a long way to go. Um, but I guess I feel very fortunate that I've had all these experiences already, all these great chefs that I've worked under, and these great restaurants that I've been a part of. I guess I feel like I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. Uh, like I said, every lesson I've learned, and every chef I've talked to really has built me up to where I am now, sort of instilling confidence that otherwise maybe I
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
Well, I definitely wouldn't say you have a long way to go. I mean, you're definitely realized, and you're killing it in your game. But I definitely think, you know what I mean? It's just, I think it's tough for anybody to get experience and to get trained up. But I mean, you've really taken that to the next level. You're inspiring a lot of people. But that also, I mean, it has to come with a lot of responsibility too, right? Like just being in charge. What does that kind of feel like?
It feels it's definitely different. Like in the past, I've definitely like led services before. It's not completely foreign to me to take up a leadership role in a restaurant, but I think it's the people. It's the most fulfilling part of my job and also the most stressful part of my job. Uh, Sort of navigating that, I guess. I would say, I still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot to learn.
I'm sure you might feel like that's true, but I know that there are a lot of people listening. There are a lot of people interested in what you're doing. There are a lot of people who've tasted your food who feel like they have a lot to learn from you. Is there a lesson, or is there something that you try to pass on either to the people that are working in your kitchen or even through your food? Is there some sort of lesson that you're trying to, is there a message that is kind of something that has become a calling card for you, or something that is passionate that you're trying to give through your work or your product, whatever, what you're trying to do?
When I work with my employees, I tell them delicious always wins. It's got to be delicious, and it's got to be exciting. Not only exciting for you and for me and for everyone in this restaurant, but all the guests in the restaurant as well. So I think that is my North Star. That is what keeps me focused. Is that, am I excited about it? Are my employees excited about it? If you have that's half the battle. Then the guests are gonna love it.
And
Like,
delicious is gonna go a long
yeah,
way.
delicious.
You're
always
nailing
wins.
delicious.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so delicious and exciting. One thing that I appreciate about talking to chefs like this is that you will oftentimes, I just love the word exciting. There's something about like attaching an emotion to food. We all have this emotional relationship to food, and I know that you've kind of mentioned before that that is something that is a passion of yours, is that there's an emotional connection between both you and the food you're cooking, but then also hopefully the people that are eating the food. What is that relationship like to you? And is there ways that how do you make food exciting? How do you capture that emotion?
I guess I always think, like, is the food telling a story? And I feel like that alone has so many avenues. Like a story, like, where was it grown? Like, oh, this is local product. This is cool. Like, we get to kind of celebrate Nebraska. The story could be the cuisine it's influenced by, or the story could be like, oh, maybe Chef Junior, he thought of this, and this is the first dish he's ever done in a restaurant. Like, that alone is a story, and we can celebrate that. Like, I guess creativity, sort of craftsmanship, that sort of thing. That's what I mean when I say exciting.
Yeah, I think that the story part is a very important part of it. You know what I mean? I think anybody in any form of art or creativity, there's always story behind what they're doing. Do you feel like for you, when telling a story, is it the story of the dish, or is it a larger story that you're trying to tell with cattle call, or do those things, or is it kind of both? I guess you might.
I think that have each dish having sort of its own story does kind of paint a picture for cattle call. Like, we could pull through every menu item, and I could tell you why it's significant to me and why I think it fits in cattle call. So I guess it's sort of like, what would the word be? Like there's sort of a collection, or an anthology, or
Yeah, I love that.
yeah,
The menu is an anthology.
each one is its own story. They all sort of have a similar theme, or maybe a takeaway. I guess cattle call's takeaway is just kind of it's a celebration of cuisine. It's exciting, it's new. Like, that is sort of the overarching theme of cattle calls. Like, we're young, I'm young, like, people like that, I like that. But it's also about community. Like, that's what it started. That's where it always starts for food, is like getting people around a table. That's why all the dishes at cattle call are, like, most of them are share plates, because that's important to me. Sharing food. That's one of, like, those fundamental human things that a lot of other animals don't do. Like, we share,
Hmm.
we connect. I guess that's what I always go back to.
Wow, I love that. That we share, and that's something that's unique to us. Is that something that you think about when you're putting things together? Is like, how will a group of people enjoy this? Sometimes we think about individual tastes. Each bite means something to us, but are you thinking about that shared experience that people are having here at Cattle Call?
Definitely, definitely. I want the food to be easy to share, but I also don't want to hold the guest's hand. Like, I feel like having some variety in the plate up um, is exciting. That not every bite tastes the same. That people are getting different experiences, not only with every dish, but with every bite as well.
Right? I I don't want to keep going back to it, but I love this. Kind of the menu is an anthology thing. And I was wondering, if you were an author and I might ask you to do a reading for us, or a section of the.
Yeah.
But is there maybe one dish or one thing that you might be able to tell us? It kind of describe the dish and tell us a little bit about the story behind it, just as
Okay, okay.
a small sample that we might be able to take with us.
I think I'll do the steak entree we're running right now. I find that one especially delicious.
Okay.
So I guess this story has like sort of two aspects. One aspect is the beef, the Morgan Ranch beef. Very happy to work with Morgan Ranch, the local farmer. They do great work. So that's one part, that story about Nebraska locality.
Yeah.
And then the other aspect is the influence that I took from it. So I spent a lot of time. I spent some time at Yoshitomo. So sort of getting involved in Japanese cuisine and that flavor profile is new to me, and exciting. So it's really like a culmination of my experience at Yoshitomo and my love for local product. So kind of combining those two things together. So it's my experience, my origin, um, and sort of making those two things fit into a cattle call menu. Because you know, this is not barbecue back in Elmwood, and it's not a sushi bar. It's its own thing. So I guess that's sort of like how that story sort of coming together.
That's such a range already. I mean, I feel like every couple of minutes now you're dropping, oh, and I've trained here, and oh, I've done a little here. You've been all over the place. It's so cool. What would you say are some of your biggest influences, or the things that influence you the most? I mean, it might not be other kitchens, but are you drawing? I mean, I guess I'm wondering what is inspiring you and your creativity when it comes to creating things here at California.
I think first and foremost, it's my experiences. Um, where I've been, uh, whether it's restaurants I've eaten at, restaurants I've worked at. Uh, I get influenced by all the home meals I've done. I have like a little notepad on my phone. I'm constantly writing down new ideas, whether it's deviled eggs for Easter dinner or whatever. So it's looking into the past, but I'm always sort of wanting to look into the future as well. What is the next up and coming ingredient? Who are the chefs on the rise right now? I take a lot of influence from sort of big city vibe as well. I love that sort of upscale but not too serious style of cuisine. I think it's all of that. I mean, but like on a more realistic note, it's Instagram. It's
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram is I'm always scrolling Instagram. I'm always reading books as well. Just
But I don't, I think that Instagram and social media and just all of that, really it's just a web, it's a network. At
yeah.
one point you had to go to a library and, or go to a bookstore and find books from all these things. And now everybody can share. There's so much inspiration out there, and there's so much transfer of knowledge that it's so cool that you're able to kind of, become an expert and train and study and all these things and do all this research and kind of bring it back home. You mentioned, you're trying a lot at home and you're doing things like this. I'm always so jealous of family members or friends that, or people that have a great chef in the family,
Yeah.
because I'm always like, I want to be trying stuff. Who are you cooking for at home?
I cook it for my family.
Uh-huh.
If it's my grandparents' birthday, I like to pull out all the
Oh,
stops.
yeah.
Christmas, Thanksgiving. I remember one year I deboned the whole turkey and I stuffed it with pork sausage with pork lardons, and then sliced it into these giant kind of monstrosities of steaks, and it was absolutely delicious. I would never cook that for myself. I don't think I would even serve that at a restaurant, but having those like sort of intimate family moments where you can really just do whatever and kind of go all out, I cherish. I really do.
I love that. And so I like this because I feel like I'm really getting a sense of kind of you're taking in the whole world. You also bring it home, you localize it. And I'm wondering then, thinking about the range in which you've trained and your interest and the places you're cooking, the styles you're cooking, like, what is it about all of that and all this together? What do you think about that fits well at Best Fest? What made you want to be a part of all this?
I love Omaha. When I saw the opportunity to cook on an Omaha stage and sort of celebrate that, um, I knew I had to jump on the opportunity. I mean, I'm young, I'm up and coming. I'd love to get my name out there. I feel like I have a lot to share. Um, so I'm excited. I'm excited to get on that stage and you know hear all those musicians as well. Like
Mhm.
that is exciting for me. I have a personal interest in pairing food and music together. So when I heard that it was going to be this musical culinary thing, I had to sign up.
You got to be a part of it.
I
You
got
got
to
to
be
be
a
a part
part
of
of
it.
it. Yeah.
So, what is then something for people that are coming to Best Fest? What is the thing that you want people to carry with them after tasting your food?
I hope it's delicious.
Yeah,
Like it's gotta be delicious. I could harp on about the stories and the inspiration, but I just hope it's as delicious as I think.
bottom line is
Yeah,
bottom line. You got to
yeah.
be delicious and exciting.
It's delicious and exciting.
Okay, wonderful. Well, this has been, I mean, just such a great time getting to know you, getting to talk to you. I love all the energy. I love that you're so well versed in so many different areas. I feel like that's the kind of knowledge and expertise, and also that just like enthusiasm for your craft that we need here in Omaha. I think that we're so lucky to have wonderful musicians. We're so lucky to have wonderful chefs, and we're so lucky to have you here, a part of Best Fest.
Sweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
absolutely.